Yep. And here we go! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bronze Boot Camp, Week 1. I am Badger, the Battle Arena Director for the Trinity Force podcast. And alongside me is my friend Haberdashing. How are you doing, man?
I am doing quite fine this morning.
Other than technical difficulties and the fact that we're starting 40 minutes late, all is well right now.
No big deal.
No big deal. Yep. I'll have the Pentakill album playing in the background.
For your viewing pleasure.
Yep, for the viewing pleasure of the community. I shall play it in the background. Oh, I was just going to play the same song over and over again, so I have to make a new playlist on Spotify.
Up there's the Blitzcrank fan.
Yep, I was wondering what we would see.
Best song on that album.
Yep, Lightbringer is the best song on the album for sure. Kale, Jax, LeBlanc, Blitzcrank, Kha'Zix. Maybe a Braum is the last band, I'm thinking. But I'm not sure.
Doesn't seem as ban-worthy after the last patch.
Why the hell am I so quiet? Well, let me move this thing closer to my face and maybe that'll work. Better? Worse?
Doesn't sound much different to me, but it may sound different in...
It might sound different to them.
Yeah.
And Heimerdinger is the last band.
Alright.
Interesting.
Renekton's first pick.
Yeah,
Maybe?
Renekton first
We'll
pick.
see, yeah. That's definitely a good
It seems
first pick.
it's a strong early game champion, so I
Yeah.
would imagine but the Tristana. Of course. Everybody likes to troll me in Battle Arena, hover something. Just like the LCS, I don't know.
Yeah.
Any chance you get, just troll. Better? Okay. I'm actually holding my mic in my hand right now. It has come
Just gotta
to
keep it
this.
steady.
Pretty much the same. Yep. It's okay. I'm going into broadcasting, so I gotta get used to holding a mic for long periods of time, and the Tristana is actually gonna get locked in.
Oh, how about that?
Interesting. It's a interesting first pick with champions like Lucian, Braum, Morgana, even Twitch. I would consider those could be great first picks for bottom lane champions, but he goes
since
straight for the
4.10.
Tristana.
Yeah. Tristana's win rate's definitely gone up since 410.
Yeah, since IE is so strong. And we see Braum and Morgana locked in for purple side, a couple common champions, and that looks like it's actually going to be a Morgana mid lane.
Yeah, that's the way it's looking. I wouldn't expect like a Braum jungle or top. Tried that before. It
I actually
doesn't work
played
as well
against
as
a
people.
Braum mid, and I got
Really?
destroyed. It was bad.
That
I don't even
sounds
remember
unpleasant.
I do not remember which champion I was playing too. I think I was playing Yasuo, and he rushed Hydra.
Oh
and
god.
Between passive and Hydra, he was almost unkillable. But we see Fizz and
locked in.
there's the Renekton. I imagine that Renekton is going to get locked in.
Yep, there we go.
Fizz Renekton for the blue team in this situation. Fizz is a strong champion, especially at low elo, I'd say. And Renekton, like we were saying, early game power, has no real struggles in lane phase, but doesn't scale as well into the late game as like a champion such as Shyvana or a Trundle would.
Or like Jax.
Jax is Jax just outscales everything pretty much top lane. Except Nasus.
Oh god, Nasus.
Nasus. Like 30 minutes into the game, depends
After that's
upon
like,
the situation. If they're equal skill, I'd say the Nasus would probably beat the Jax. But We see
Oh, with that wither, yeah.
Xin Zhao being locked in for sideburns here. And is that a Draven? No, it's not. Of course not.
Nope.
It's a Lucian.
That's too bad.
Get the synergy in the bottom lane going between the Lucian Braum. And get the passives going for each other to stack.
I do like the Xin Zhao pick for the jungle and lower elo.
I really do too. He's a great carry jungler.
Mm-hmm.
For
We do see Pantheon getting locked in on the other side.
Mantheon.
Still pretty Pantheon. Still really strong.
Yeah, he's a good champion. His ulti is not as effective as it was before, but
Yeah.
he still is a great jungler, nonetheless. I'm surprised we don't see. Well, okay, one, I'm surprised by the Kha'Zix ban because 410 he's kind of gutted a little bit and he falls out of the top 4. But I'm surprised we don't see Elise or Lee Sin right now.
I'm fine not seeing Lee Sin in a bronze game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a strong, but I mean,
He's
you got to know
strong,
how to
but
play him.
He's such a mechanically difficult champion to play at times. Yeah, that
And
would be
last
cool
pick
if
we
get
got
people to match up LCS style, but I'll just change the overlay in game to reflect that. And the last 2 lock-ins were Zyra for the blue team on the support, which is actually, we talked about this Tuesday night on Battle Arena, that Zyra is actually one of the strongest counters to Braum, because Zyra is poke heavy and can punish. Zyra is one of the champions that can punish the Braum for going in on your AD carry.
Yeah.
Really well. Like, it's surprising
Yeah, when she
how
hits
well
level
she
6 like that, yeah.
Yeah. She's such a strong and she has such a strong disengage. So there's that. Oh, and Shyvana gets locked in for the purple team in the top lane, since I figured I should mention that. Shyvana does really well around level 8, level 9 against Renekton. That's when he starts to lose a little bit of his power, but he's still a strong champion. I imagine that she's probably going to want to build towards a Cutlass if Renekton's rushing Hydra, which 97% of Renektons do these days. She's not going to want to go tank. She's going to want to be able to sustain through
Trade a little bit.
Yeah, she's going to want to trade a little bit. So she's probably going to want to go like a Cutlass into a giant. Just a Cutlass into. Plays.
Probably.
It doesn't matter
yeah,
what they
wins,
know. I mean, they can watch the stream. I honestly don't care if they think they know what they think they are playing against. Because usually these common picks are, I mean, look at these teams. You're not going to see a Braum mid and a Morgana support, or like a Fizz jungle and a support Pantheon or something like that. It doesn't matter what they... I'll just go random and troll you guys. God. Okay, whatever. What was I saying? I was going on something.
Shyvana. I
Shyvana.
think. Talking about first defensive item, maybe. Was it?
Yeah,
you said giant spell.
I'll work on an
instead of
overlay.
endurance.
Like Zach B just said, I'll work on an overlay. Or we'll get an overlay next time. I want to get one of those cool ones, like they... But... Yeah. Oh well. Alright, about a minute left in the spectator delay. If you had to pick a team to win, I always do this with Aspiration on main Battle Arena, but who's gonna win this game? Looking at it, just
I like the purple side as far as like a mid-game power.
okay.
If it does go much later, and if Tristana's able to, you know, just farm up for a while, I think the blue team can have a chance to push back.
Yeah. Alright, I actually like blue team a little bit. I think the Tristana and the Fizz Well, Zyra is going to be great against Shyvana and Xin Zhao because they're going to be wanting to dive in face first, and Zyra can just put down the ulti and counter all the aggression that's going to be coming out of... What the heck is the overlay? Okay, whatever. But she's going to be able to counter engage or disengage fairly effectively from this team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they're doing hashtags. Hashtag blue win or hashtag purple win. Twitch chat, I love you guys.
Send in who you think will win on stream.
Send in who you think. Tweet using the hashtag blue win or BLU win or PRP. There's no really good 3-letter abbreviation for purple.
That's about as good as you can make it.
That's about as good as whatever. If blue doesn't take early, what are they? An early lead, they are not going to be able to. They probably won't win this game.
Mm-hmm.
So
to be fair, purple side does have the skin advantage. Very important at this elo.
Skin advantage is everything, actually. What was I thinking of? The votes are in. The community says 50-50. Of course.
Oh, it's a tight game.
It is a tight game. Actually, I'd give skin advantage to blue team because SKT, Zyra, and Voipiz, even though Riot Girl.
I don't count that one as a skin, the Riot Girl.
Yeah, I don't count it, but you have a legacy skin and a 1350 versus two 975s and a 13. Or is Warring Kingdoms and Zhao a 1350 or a...
I'm pretty sure that one's a 975.
I thought that
too.
was a 975 too, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, it's 3 975s against a 1350 and a legacy. So I would have to give it to...
Alright. Looks like we're in. Are you in? I'm in.
I'm in.
Alright.
Apparently Zach B is going to give me some good OBS stuff after this game. Or
cool.
After boot camp's over with. Alright, I'm going to adjust the overlay real quick. That was easy.
Alright. Got all my champions in order.
Got all my champions in order. Do you go top, jungle, mid, AD carry, support?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright. So we can see everybody's
Starting
running
at-
out of base, kind of standard fan formation. It looks like both junglers are going to start their bottom side buffs so they can get the leash from... Actually, Morgana is going to not throw out Dark Binding. Doesn't even have anything leveled yet. That's a good idea, not to level anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to talk about Telly on Fizz in a little bit. Jeez. Don't get ahead of me, Twitch chat.
Lucian's got to know that he's standing on a ward there.
Yeah.
If Morgana didn't tell him, they saw him place that ward there.
Yeah, I need to do this smoothing thing with my camera. No, I don't want... No. Okay, mouse speed's fine there.
Not too sure what Fizz is just standing around that blue buff for.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, I gotta set my settings for...
Do you have it like scaled to the right percent?
Yeah, no, I'm just doing it so that the camera doesn't like herky jerk all over the place.
Oh.
Yep. Pantheon's gonna start red. Xin Zhao's gonna start blue. Yeah, and Ignite would have been better on Fizz in this situation because teleport is not really
too
strong on
on
mid laners as much as top laners.
Mm-hmm.
Since you have more access to roam the map, you should, like, even on a Fizz, it's smart to run Ignite. Unless you're frogging in Season 3 and then you run Ignite and teleport.
Yeah. Just that Ignite to give you a little bit of extra kill pressure so you can affect the game
And look
more.
at this top lane. They're just like, okay, now they're going to trade back and forth a little bit. They were both like standing on the other side of each other's caster minion wave. And they were just kind
They
of
just decided
eyeing
on
each
a
other.
truce.
Yeah,
I'll farm if you farm.
yeah. Might have happened. Pot lane though. Tristana, first lane to hit 2 is going to have a significant advantage, as usual. Which, actually, the purple team gets, even though they have a lower range than the blue team. Theoretically. Fizz is kind of low in the mid lane. Top lane's just farming it off a little bit.
Yeah.
What was I gonna? Oh, Grasping Roots lands down in the bottom lane, but no aggression comes out from the purple team or the blue team. Everyone's just content trading back and forth a little bit, farming lanes. No kill pressure yet for any of the 3 lanes. Renekton looks like he took a couple turret shots, but Dark Binding actually lands in the mid lane, and the Ignite comes down with the Tormented
Top
Soil.
lane.
The top lane, though, Xin Zhao is going to be ganking, and Renekton
actually flashed
super
away
low,
there.
But here comes Pantheon for the save. 2 lanes with high amount of kill pressure, and nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
First blood
rewatch
yet.
that actually, because I think they
I think
should have been able to get that on Renekton.
Tristana outranges Lucian after like level 7. I'm not sure. Actually, it's
Lucian's range is 550, so I think it's high
actually,
level.
Tristana is already outscaled him.
Oh.
She's at 568. I think level 2
Oh yeah.
is when it is. I thought she was 525 to start. She's 550. Morgana's gonna go back. Fizz is gonna get some farm here in the mid lane. This is not EU West. This is NA. Front power is low in the bottom lane. Explosive shot comes through. Gets him fairly low. Yeah, this is NA. This is Bronze Boot Camp Week 1. Xin Zhao's actually waiting in the top lane, and here he comes. He's going to get the double dash out, though, and no knockup's going to land, and Renekton is going to escape with his life. But in the bottom lane, Bron Power's taking a little bit of poke. He's going to get the stand behind me up. Or the unbreakable. I always think stand behind me is the shield.
wall.
Oh, but Tristana's going to go in.
Tristana going in.
Comes out. One hit from dead. Lucian's going to go down to Zyra for the first blood. And Tristana's going to get the flash out.
I'm glad that worked out, but you always have to be careful about that heal bait, especially diving in that low.
Mm-hmm. So close. If Lucian had turned, he could have possibly turned on that as Braum landed the winner's bite, and they could have tried to take his passive.
Yeah, with the double shot.
With the double shot, and I think Braum's W stand behind me was on cooldown still. And we see an early pink ward actually coming out from the blue team into what was the banana bush. But in the top lane, though, Renekton gets super low, and she's gonna bait. He's gonna bait Shyvana in, but just walk away with their life.
Not much comes with it.
Yep. Ping's coming down onto the red buff for the blue team. Don't know why.
Placing a pink ward actually at their blue buff.
Interesting. Not much really going on right now.
Zyra, you can't be that far up here.
Oh yeah, Zyra gets caught out a little bit. Double shot's gonna come down. One more hit.
And the minions.
Yep, gets taken down by the
did
minions.
half of that work.
Yeah.
One thing you always got to pay attention. There was a huge minion wave there. There was not the time for them to go in.
Oh
Tristana
yeah.
was all the way back trying
You
to
gotta
farm
watch
the wave.
minion waves because at lower levels, at low summoner levels, it will deal tons of damage to you. And Shyvana's actually gonna ult a little bit, ult back towards the turret in the top lane, and they're just
That
gonna
should
disengage.
force her back. Nope.
Kind of a waste of an ulti, but she's actually gonna stay. No, now she's gonna go back. Sometimes you just gotta be decisive about it. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that situation, actually As you can see on the map, she's gonna go back, but grasping
Nice
Lucian lands
grasping
onto
through.
both of them, and Tristana's gonna rocket jump and pick up the kill onto the Lucian, and she has 6. But Brown Power is actually going to flash out on Braum, and he's gonna live to see another day. But his bot lane partner goes down. Good kill for the blue team right there.
Yeah. Tristana opting to
Oh,
go
he's
for the
actually gonna
triple.
go back in because the Xin Zhao's here off to the side. Winner's Bite lands down onto Zyra, and great buster shot, but he's gonna be
Good
able to get
save.
the passive tick, and
Zyra goes
Silent
down
is
and
gonna go down to Sideburns.
not enough. Oh wow!
So close, and he's just gonna get stand behind.
Don't.
Winner's Bite comes down, he escapes with his life.
That would have been a mistake for Tristana to go in there.
That would have been a huge mistake. He also didn't have any summoners,
Mm-hmm.
and no way to reach him too. So,
And out of mana.
yep. I'm gonna let
Good.
the camera do its thing for a little bit.
Tristana opting to go for the triple Doran's Blade start build.
She might lead this into like an Infinity Edge. Yeah.
Yep.
There's the pickaxe. The Infinity Edge is gonna come out. First item, common first item for Tristana players in patch 4.10.
I do like the stacking lifesteal that they put back on Doran's Blades with that.
Yeah, it's nice. Yep.
Fizz in the mid lane still having trouble against that Morgana.
Yeah. This is Bronze Boot Camp. We made a custom game and we invited bronze players to join, but we had to get a couple low silver players in here for the first time. And yes, it's essentially Battle Arena, which is on Tuesday nights at 7 on this channel. You come in, we tell you what you're doing wrong, you play solo queue style, voice comms, no voice comms, all that stuff. And it's a blast. Actually, Shyvana's building Hydra. Interesting.
Pantheon pinging for the dragon.
Yep. Morgana gets a pink ward down. And here comes the teleport from the top lane on the Renekton, but that is a waste of a T. Oh, that's actually
Oh, it's Fizz.
I keep forgetting Fizz has teleport. Yeah, join TFORCE in-game chat channel. TFORCE, Renekton ult's gonna come. Dominus comes out. Alright, we go back down to the dragon. Actually, there's 2 fights going on at once. Renekton's gonna get super low, but he's gonna escape. Blue
Renekton
team started
definitely
off the dragon. Syra's gonna go super low. Glacier Fisher comes out, and here comes the calling, and it's gonna pick up 1. Pantheon's gonna go down to the dragon. That's 2. Fizz is actually gonna go down again. That's the triple kill for the Lucian. And there you go. Purple team did a really good job of reversing that dragon fight around. Picking up 4 kills. Or no, sorry, 3 kills and a dragon.
Couldn't ask for more there.
Also shows the mid-game team fight power that the purple team set has that you actually talked about before the game started. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Shyvana just finishing her team at here. That should give caution for Renekton here if it didn't already.
yep. Renekton's actually going. He's probably going to go full Hydra, it looks like, since he has the pickaxe and the Vamp Scepter.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, usually you just see the Hydra into
The-
tank.
Tiamat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Tiamat, not the Hydra. I'm saying Hydra for some reason. Silence and land. Grasping roots, but Winner's Bite comes down. Little trade.
Zyra doing a good job of forcing the bottom lane back on their side.
Yep. Pantheon's gonna
Definitely.
grab that's second blue buff. That's a very late
Yep.
second blue.
Yep.
Yep. There's lots of people in TFORCE chat. And Xin Zhao's actually coming up towards the top lane. Double dash in, dash out. Here comes the
Pantheon
man drop,
coming in with
but
the Grand
that's way
Skyfall.
off to the side. And Renekton's gonna go super low. Dominus is gonna get popped. And Pantheon's gonna Aegis to the lead. Aegis on
Flash
my-
out.
whatever the heck it is. Aegis Zionia. I can't pronounce that name. And Shyvana's going to be able to just walk out of this. But in the bot lane, though, Morgana is roaming down and finds a pink ward. Blue team, you need to, even though you see the Morgana here, you need to back up a little bit. You never know when she's going to come on to you. Fizz did a really good job. Oh, but in the bot lane though,
Flash Force.
Zyra gets super low. Grasping Roots comes out. She's actually gonna go down. But... Oh, Buster Shot comes out and sends Lucian even further away. The heal's too strong. Tristana essentially wastes her ulti, but in the top lane though, man, so much stuff's going on. They're gonna tower dive with Pantheon. Flame Breath comes out and picks up the kill.
Not sure why Pantheon was still hanging around there.
Yeah. Did you see what? Did he just hang around too long?
I'm gonna go back and watch that actually.
Okay, because I thought it looked like he just stayed around in the lane way too long. And...
Yeah, he was in the lane against Xin Zhao when Shyvana TP'd back in the lane.
Okay.
Yeah. Jump back to live.
Yeah. The delay is 3 minutes for the spectator, and there's an additional 45 seconds beyond that. In the top lane, though, Renekton is actually starting to lose the trade battle. Shyvana needs one more hit, and he's going to be able to pick it up with the double bite. In the bot lane, little damage is going to come down onto both of them. Even though Hydra isn't essentially the great Shyvana item,
it still does offer a lot of power.
Really well right now. Anything you'd like to talk about? You got anything?
Oh, let's see. What do you think about the? It looks like Xin Zhao is opting to go for the Trinity Force for a second item here.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Zyra's going to get caught out
and
super low and taken down for the Lucian, who's on a 5 kill spree right now, or 4 kill spree. In the mid lane, though, Morgana gets the Dark Binding down, and he's going to throw down the Soul Shackles, and Pantheon is going to get killed. Top lane, Shyvana gets a turret. They're going to trade back and forth a little bit. Renekton is going to double dash, and he's actually going to get taken with the Dragon's Descent, and he's going to walk across the Flame Breath path, or the Burnout path, and he's going to go super low. He's going to get one hit. Pops Dominus. Still walking along the path. Double bite. Is it going to come out from the Shyvana? No, just the...
Just a really big back and forth.
Just a bunch of trading back and forth, and no kills picked up.
Only one tower down.
On Xin Zhao, he's at 24 stacks. That's actually pretty good. If you build a Feral Flare and you don't get it by 21 minutes, that's kind of a waste.
So he's definitely on pace here.
Yeah, so and you need it by like 21, 22. I mean, if it's like 25, I'd say. No, I'm not a jungler.
I'm not a
jungler. But yeah, it looks like he's gonna go Triforce after that, and he's just gonna want to hit hard.
Which, if they can keep applying pressure at this point, that's gonna do well for his build. Dragon coming up again in 30 seconds here. No movement from either team to really...
Oh, but in the top lane, though, Renekton is going to get pushed, punished, pinched. That's the word I'm looking for. He's going to get the slow from...
And there's no way he's getting out of that one.
Yep, and Shyvana is now on a rampage.
4-0.
Dragon's up in 5 seconds. And actually...
Looks like Braum's going to at least ward it out, so...
Braum is going to go drop a ward on it. Hopefully they have the timer from chat, or in their chat.
Looks like both teams should have vision on it.
Winter's Bite's gonna land down onto. Oh, Glacial Fissure comes out with the nice Grasping Roots and the Buster Shot.
Zyra's
on point with Sun lands onto the Tristana. Grasping Roots comes, or Stranglethorn comes out. Unbreakable's gonna come down. They're both going to be at 200 health. Here comes the Culling. He picks it up with the last shot. Great job of the Lucian. The top lane, Shyvana ults out. Pantheon gets blue buff. No sign of dragons.
Yeah. This would be a good... Oh, Xin Zhao just signaling for the dragon right now. Good time to do that after Tristana getting taken down to the bottom lane.
And we see Shyvana actually roams down to the mid lane to go help out with the dragon, and it's going to get started up, and it looks like it's going to be...
Shyvana's coming down too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they could theoretically
They should
push
push
one of the
mid
sides.
after this, yeah.
Yeah, they should push down mid right after this. Or grab that bottom turret since the wave's already pushed to just outside the turret range. And that turret's already at half health. And it should go down here from this push. And blue team's doing a great job of pinging the top lane. Oh, Buster Shot comes out.
Not gonna do much.
It's not going to do much. They're still going to be able to get the turret.
Blue team's turret has
No
been
kills are going to
destroyed.
follow up, though. But in the top
But
lane...
now we see two pushing in the top lane for a retaliation
Next
turret.
is gonna go. Blue team actually, purple team actually gets 2 turrets off of this. They should have, Renekton should have pushed this so much quicker than that. Oh, but in the bot lane though, Crescent Sweep is going to come out, knock him back,
Purple team's turret
dust
has
him
been
off,
destroyed.
say, hey, this is our lane now. But in the top lane, blue team finally gets a turret this game.
Interesting enough, Zyra opting to go for the Haunting Guise before completing her Sightstone.
Interesting. And
With how far
Grassbeard
behind?
comes
Oh,
out. You see, Fizz is actually going to come down and perform his first roam of
top
the
lane
game.
Morgana gets a binding down on Renekton, and he goes down.
In the bot lane,
Chasing down on
Cyburns picks up the kill
Ah!
with the help of, or Lucian gets the kill, and
Fizz
Zhao
not
gonna
going.
chase him down,
Ooh,
and so much going on. Oh, Zyra passes
Zyra-
picks up the kill on the Lucian.
that was crazy.
Yep.
Everything going on.
Just gonna jump back over that wall and go into the mid lane. There's so much going on. Actually,
Looks like.
I was about to say, is that a Wit's End coming out of Shyvana?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't see many wits ends nowadays, but
Yeah.
it's still a decent offensive item for
Here comes the
Shyvana.
main drop in the top lane. He's gonna get the stun down, but he's not gonna want to.
I don't think Pantheon wants that.
He does not want that at all. Yep.
Pantheon opting to go still full damage, even though he's 0-4 at this point.
Let's just take a look at the goal leads for each of the individual character champions. Shyvana has a 3k gold lead on Renekton.
That
There's
is
a 2k difference in the jungle. 1.7k difference in the mid lane. Bottom lane, that's the supports are only 400 gold off, but
80
Lucian is
carries.
just under 3,000 gold ahead of Tristana.
Yep. And we're looking at a 10k gold lead here at 20 minutes.
Dark Binding's gonna land. Fizz is gonna get caught, but Pantheon's gonna. Oh, Flash Soul Shackles comes out, but here comes the fish. Pantheon is gonna go down, and
Not going to be enough to save him.
it's not gonna be enough to save him. Correct.
Renekton's still pushing up in the top
Renekton
lane,
is
but Shyvana
pushing
finds him
way
with double
hard in the
buff.
top lane. Here comes the. No, don't do that. Oh, the flash over the wall, and here comes the Dragon's Descent. He's pinging furiously to help for his team to help him out, but he's,
But
able
he's
to
not
pick him
going to
up.
find it.
Yep, and Fizz is actually going to pick up a
And he
kill on the
goes-
Morgana while
Oh.
the Shyvana picks up the kill onto the Renekton. So much action. It's hard to tell you guys what's going on in this game if you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got a second here. How do you feel about the new Bloodthirster?
I don't like it. I really don't like it.
I don't like it. It's not the first item that you buy on an 80 carry anymore. It's still like it can
It's
still offer a lot of
you
defense
still
for
buy
a
it,
later
but
game.
you
Yeah.
usually buy, like on Lucian, I build Essence Reaver. Oh, here comes the Glacial Fisher, and actually, Zhao is going to steal the red buff away, and he's going to go down, and Tristana's going to get hit by some damage. Fizz jumped onto the Lucian, but didn't pick up the kill. Buster Shot, great Buster Shot comes out from the Tristana to disengage that fight fairly quickly. And everyone's
Now
gonna be
Renekton's
safe.
down in the bottom lane here, so Shyvana will be
Except-
pushing that top lane for a
Except
while.
Lucian, does he have the dice? No, he does not.
Oh,
Is he gonna be able to pick
Fizz
up the
going
kill?
back in.
Fizz, Dominus.
Yeah, goes to Fizz.
Fizz picks up the kill with the W burn, or the W tick. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the new Bloodthirster. Like I said, I build Essence Reaver, but that's because I'm trying to figure out if it's actually a good item or not still.
I like it when you're ahead. If you're
I
not,
like it.
it's
Yeah, i.e. I had Infinity Edge, which actually, if you look at the
Mm-hmm.
Tristana's build, pickaxe and then cutlass.
I think is she going for Last Whisper? Or?
Maybe.
Not
Oh,
too
in
sure.
the top lane. Shyvana's gonna take some tower shots.
At this point, Shyvana could probably. Oh no, not now.
She
that
can't die just
they're
yet.
nothing here.
Double dash comes down. Renekton's rocking across the flame breath trail, or the flame burn. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Burnout trail. And he's just gonna keep chasing him down, and Shyvana's gonna be able to make it out of there alive. Boots OP.
Dragon Cup coming up again in 20 seconds here. Blue team, I mean, purple
Days,
team
yeah,
should
we
take
already said that
without
Zyra
contest.
should have gotten Sightstone before Leandry's. We said that earlier. I thought we said that earlier. Did we say that?
Yeah, we
earlier?
talked about
Yeah.
haunting guys. Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about the
I didn't
haunting,
realize
the
we-
Sightstone over haunting guys.
and if they were doing a lot better, I
Yep.
could see
Oh,
that,
Grasping
but not
Roots is actually going to land on the 2. And here
on
comes
top of the
Fish.
his ult.
Morgana's going to Soul Shackles, but she does not have the Hourglass, and the Culling is going to hit nothing. Morgana's going to go down. 1 for
Good
0.
pickup by the blue team.
Nice pick by the nice pick by the blue team. But as you can see,
Xin Zhao just gonna
Xin
solo
Zhao's gonna take
dragon.
the dragon. Lucian's gonna dash over the wall. I would have missed that dash, honestly.
Mm.
Renekton doing something cheeky. He actually does not pick up the golem there. Shyvana actually could have traded that out a little bit. She has the item advantage. She has the damage advantage. Oh no.
Renekton's
you are in a bad
AFK.
spot. You probably DC'd, but
He's back
no. He
just in time to
dashed over the
die.
wall. I don't think he DC'd. I thought he was just looking at the other side of the map.
Mm.
Possibly.
Typing something in chat, maybe.
Possibly. Don't type. That's another good tip. Don't type if you're sitting out in the middle of the open.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you're in a bush or you know you're safe. Actually, the Sightstone comes down onto the Morgana about the same time that the Sightstone comes down onto Zyra.
Yeah. Well, Sightstone on what?
Yeah. 2 Sightstones. I mean, Morgana does a bunch of damage, but she's not really... I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. At this point, a little extra visions do him well, but it's not the first item I'd think to buy on mid lane Morgana.
Shyvana's in a little bit of trouble. I got 3 flash.
Shouldn't
over the
have
wall.
any
Oh,
trouble getting
Brahmin.
out.
Fizz are coming. Brahmin's coming up to help, and the Fizz is there now, and she's gonna get soloed out. Not gonna get soloed out. The Fizz is gonna land. A bunch of damage is gonna come down. Is she gonna be able to kill the Pantheon? She kills
Takes
Pantheon.
the 1 for it.
That's 1. 1 for 1.
Renekton ends up getting the shutdown on that for
Yep.
some much needed gold.
Yeah, he gets some gold that he needed, but purple team should be able to get this turret. Xin Zhao is going to go onto the Fizz a little bit. He's going to do a bunch of damage, and he's going to pick up the kill. Soul Shackles is going to come down onto the Renekton. He's going to get slowed up a little bit. The Winter's Bite in the Dark
Ooh.
Binding land, and he's going to go down to the Morgana Tormented Soil.
That is a lot of pain.
That is like a lot of pain.
Purple team doing a good job of shoving the side lanes here.
Great minion control.
Oh,
Here comes the Culling. Is it going to be able to pick up the kill? No, it's not.
not quite. But enough to force her out.
Pantheon's gonna come in. Flash, Grasping Roots
Zyra.
with 4-man Stranglethorns comes out for the Zyra, but it's not gonna be enough. Lucian's gonna turn and do a little bit, do some damage, but gets exhausted. Shyvana's gonna come from the side, and another great Grasping Roots comes down from the Zyra. Her playing control has been really good, and her roots have been great, but she's just not
Been
enough.
caught out too many times.
Yep, she's getting caught out way too much, and just not enough there to survive. Tristana doesn't have boots.
Nope. Who needs boots when you got damage? Neither
At this
does
point,
Lucian.
when should purple team look at Baron? Never.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
you're ahead, 15,000, 14k gold, but there's always the possibility. Yes, you have an AoE team. Yes, you have great team fight, but you never know what to expect when it comes to Baron. Actually, Shyvana's gonna try. Did she get it? Nope. Excuse me. She tried to take the red buff from her own teammate, and it didn't work.
Although to be fair, Shyvana with a red buff at that point would be really scary.
You want to talk about the Braum build real quick while I take a drink?
Yeah, sure. We see Braum going with the Frozen Mallet as his second item here.
Yeah.
I'll say Frozen Mallet is a bad item in general. You shouldn't build it.
Yep.
Especially on someone like Braum. You already have enough slows coming out from your build. You should go for something like a Randuin's Omen or maybe a Banshee's Veil with their team. Just something more defensive, because you know that extra slow on auto attacks you're not going to be applying as Braum, and it's not going to do you a lot of good.
Right on, man.
Grasping Root's coming out, and it's not. It's only going to save Zyra.
Yeah. Just Purple Team asserting their dominance by walking through the jungle of the blue team. There's not much they can do at this point. Sideburns is just going to make the Zyra explode real quick. Fish is going to come down on the Lucian, but it doesn't even take him below 2/3 health, and he's just going to be able to lifesteal back up. Teleport comes down from the Renekton to get back here. But Purple Team actually loses another turret due to minions. And it looks like they're going to try and run a cheeky pick. Are they going to be able to... The Winter's Bite lands down. The passive pops onto the Renekton, and they're going to catch out the Fizz a little bit, but he's going to be able to Playful Trickster out. But in the mid lane, Xin Zhao and Morgana are pushing down, and they're going to be able to get a turret. Pantheon, you do not want this. Tormented Soil. Dark Biting actually lands, and the Soul Shackles comes out way too late. That was just a waste of the Soul Shackles from the Morgana, and Xin Zhao and Morgana are going to die for it, but it's another turret picked up by the blue team. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. The objective control from the purple team has been much better than the blue team's this game. Also, the CS numbers, I'd like to take a quick look at those. Renekton at 136 to Shyvana's 223. Only a 90 CS difference in the top lane.
Mm-hmm.
In the jungle, that is a 45 CS difference between the Xin Zhao and the the Pantheon. I mean, once you have since he has Pharaoh Flare, he's making great use of all the stacks. And actually, how many Pharaoh Flare stacks does he have? He has
43.
19.
Yep. Oh.
Yep.
Whoops, yeah. I'm looking 19. At the damage, my bad.
It's all good, man. 19 Pharaoh Flare stacks. So he's taking that farm advantage and putting it to good use at this point, and they're actually going to take another dragon off of this.
Yep. Shyvana's doing the right thing here, pushing the top lane with how much power
he has. Come in. Is he going to be able to steal it? Nope.
And Pantheon is in a bad place.
Fizz jumped over the wall. He's going to drop the fish, but he's going to play the Trickster out. Grasping Stranglethorn hits 2. That's not going to do much. Lucian just throwing a quick auto over the wall, saying how you do. Lucian's going to duel the plants real quick and win. Zyra's going to get caught out here. Winter's Bite doesn't land, Dark Branding doesn't land, and he's going to walk away with his life. Putting on his dancing shoes right there and dodging all the skill shots.
Shyvana now shoved to the inhibitor turret. It's going to be hard for her to... Oh, Fizz coming in for the... Nope. Thought he might go in there. Didn't have his ult up.
Yep. Thought he would. Said... went against it. We'll take, we'll do QA after this. Or we'll
Dark
talk, I want
Binding
to talk
lane's
about this
on.
after this. But in the mid lane,
And that is a dead Tristana.
it's a dead Tristana. Sorry for the bad camera work. Lucian's going to be able to pick up the kill onto the Pantheon. He's going to flash out, and he's going to get healed.
Fizz now in a bad place, and that is Dark Binding to finish it off.
Fizz is just having a bad time.
Yep. Has not completed one item yet. Oh, never mind, he just did.
Yep.
Lich
he
Bane
spotted
coming
his
in.
Lich Bane at 34 minutes into the game. One more stack. Renekton's going to flash in. Glacial Fissure is going to come out, and it's going to land. Stun is going to land onto the Renekton. Lucian and Braum are just cutting him backwards. Wow. The inhibitor from the blue team goes down. And Sideburns, I didn't even need to see that. I just heard the pain from Zyra. Heard the pain train coming through.
Yep. Way too far out at that
Purple
point.
team should be able to push through this, but the man drop is actually going to come through. He's going to land right down onto the Lucian, and he's going to pick up the kill while Shyvana brutally murders the Renekton with the help of his friends, and they're going to brutally murder the Pantheon for overextending now. Not bad. They're actually pinging Baron.
They should just go finish the game right now. Three
honestly,
down on blue side.
Yep. 2 inhibitors down, and they've got a 4-2 advantage. Just Baron. Actually, Renekton's gonna back. Or not
Okay.
Renekton, Braum. Braum's gonna back. They're gonna clear Pink Ward from the pit. They're just gonna back off. They could have just finished the game right there.
Yeah. At the very least, they could have just taken Baron at that point, but
Yep.
I think they'll go back and take Baron and then go finish the game.
Most likely.
They don't need Baron, but hey,
they
why
don't.
not?
They're 20,000 gold ahead.
Yep,
Shyvana
everyone on
has
the team
almost
is
double the
massive.
CS of the Renekton. Tristana's actually pulled ahead of Lucian, but Lucian has item advantage. He's got 2
8 kills
finished He's got 2.5 items, and Tristana just finished her Infinity Edge about
A while ago, actually.
it was a while ago. Oh, Stranglethorns comes out. Syra's gonna get caught. One more CC ability.
Yep.
Dash comes through. They pick up the kill. Renekton's
Another
gonna go down in the top lane. And purple team is just steamrolling through the blue team right now. That's game probably right there.
Yeah, it's good to get more wards in while you're behind, but you really need to be careful if you're the team that's behind. You never know what's going to be ahead in the next brush.
Dash comes out of Sinjal. He's gonna take some turret shots. But he's just gonna be able to shrug them off.
His turret has been destroyed.
He's got 4 items. Doesn't matter. Tristana actually used heal to heal herself from the minions. Fish comes down. Shyvana's gonna ulti. Morgana gets the Dark Binding down onto the Fizz, and Shyvana's gonna live for one more fight.
And Lucian and Braum are just showing up to the party. Hey,
Yep. And that's game. Well played by the purple.